The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. 4 words bellowed from the chest cavity of General Gordon Granger like an ancestor's prayer traveled the Underground Railroad to God's ears. And on June 19th, 1865, God answered a prayer not denied, yet delayed like Amazon Prime lost this packaged message for 2.5 years. These words, proclaiming all slaves to be free, would be the genesis of new life, the proto-evangelium of freedom, the first mention of liberation to ever sound wave through our ancestors' ear canals. 4 words, taking their breath like an unexpected trumpet sound, like freedom bells ring. These words, known as General Order 3, I'd imagine, created moments of reflection and thanksgiving for something, someone greater than a proclamation, reflecting on the great God who made them, not 3/5, but whole, brown and beautiful and worthy of equality. I'd imagine they will be holden by the sinless Savior who saved them even in their imperfections from the shackles of oppression, bondage, and fear. The gratitude they shared for the Comforter who gave them peace. See, I believe they were grateful not just for the words of General Order 3, but for the Holy Trinity. When freedom seen far beyond their grasp, they clenched their faith close to their chest, knowing it was all they had. See, it was their faith that told them. General Granger delivered this life-changing oration, but it was only God who could break these chains. So we celebrate Juneteenth like it's our soul's revival, celebrating as a culture whose roots deep, history rich, so much so that our culture and history is fossilized deep in our bones. Our DNA is saturated with prayer, drips perseverance, drips strength and culture, drips making something out of nothing like it's all we had, because it's all we had. It drips, we made it, and we ain't done yet. So we too celebrate in this America, as a community, as a nation, creating unity from the church house to the courthouse to the White House, voting like our ancestors fought and died for it, because they fought and died for it. And it's the same spirit that walked with Miss Opal Lee for 1,400 miles of hills and valleys from Fort Worth to DC as she advocated for this national holiday. So we celebrate the fulfillment of a dream to be free at last. 4 words, all slaves are free. Can you imagine how it felt? How it felt to open your eyes and freedom no longer be the mirage in the distance. How it felt to know that your sweat would no longer water fields you didn't own. Can't you see it? Can't you see that Jubilee was their smiles? Joy danced in their steps, their laughter so loud it could be heard back in their homeland, own land, as their lungs expanding into new territories they breathe without restrictions. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to realize that faith and freedom could coexist?